it's Guido coming at you with a Tactics Talk. Welcome back, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I bring to you today the further adventures of Chuck in Monty the Manticore. The Manticore. I do have to report, I have upgraded this. Unfortunately, this was before I did it. I realized I have the Chuck decals, which I have plastered all over the Chuckacore. All right, here we are on Proc. These are the further adventures of Chuck in the Chuckacore and his sidekick, the Whiny 907, with a cameo by the Cry Arst 268-4. All right, here let's just go. We're on Proc, my friends. And I'm going to go to a spot courtesy of, I believe I learned it from True. It was either True Voodoo. Look at that voiceover. Chuck Norris, there we go. So the 907 says fingers crossed. Let's not get ammo racked, because he's been ammo racked 2 games in a row. Who believes that? No, don't raise your hand. Nobody believes that. All right, here we go. I don't know, maybe. He is Raiden, which is anonymous. So I don't know what his name is. I actually do, but we're not going to talk about it. He's anonymous, all right? He wants to be incognito. So on Proc, up to the bush, courtesy of, like I said, I think either True Voodoo or potentially, who else? Cody Menz. I think it's True, though, because he's the fan of this tank as well, and he showed me this little spot, which is not quite as tasty as it used to be, but it's still pretty tasty. All right, so just watch the chat, my friends, because it gets a lot of fun. It gets a lot of fun. It gets fun here, because they don't like my position. They're clicking. Hey, we need someone over here. G9, that happens to be where I am. You dirty G9, you silly scout, you're not doing what I want you to do. So we've clicked, and I'm just spotting these dudes. Paying attention to what's going on. Oh, G9, move, scout, do what I say. You have to move. GG, it's all over. GG, tension E1. Somebody give me spots so I can shoot people while I sit in the back. 907 all the way in the back there. Red line sniping in his award 907. Okay. Tension E1. Come on, someone give me spots. Someone gives me spots. The scout, noob. You noob scout. Noob. Rip. R.I.P. Rest in peace. It's all over. We're not going to win because the scout is not doing what I want him to do. Oh my gosh. G9. Scout, G9, you have to... G9, you dumb scout, we're going to lose because of you. Oh my gosh. G9, oh, here we go. We lose in caps. Type it in there, noobs. If only our light tank came 1-2 line, then we could win. G9. Noob scout G9. Manticore, we cannot spot them over here. Please help. Stupid scout G9. Now, here's the thing, Raiden, Object 907, furthest tank back in the entire game, -1 arty. You're correct. While you sit there, your team is not going to spot them on the 1-2 line, my friend. That is correct. Now, exactly why I want to take my Manticore into a very obvious spot, get found out by the RHM PZW, or just simply outspotted by a tier 10 medium tank while I move around, in order to allow you to farm from K1, I am a little bit unclear of. Stupid scout. GG. It's over. Very angry. Look how he's useless, sitting there spotting nothing. He's useless. He's not doing anything. All right, guys, let's get serious here for a second. I love this spot. It's a great early spot. The 1-2 line is also a good place for a scout to go. We had a lot of mediums. It's a pure tier 10 battle. I have a place I can get to that can anchor this hill. And I want you to take a look at while I was laughing at him. We are 3 minutes into this game. Look at what's been lit, what hasn't been lit. I want you to just look at the mini-map for just a second. And think about what I now know about the enemy deployment here. Or at least what I can presume. I've got pretty good intel about. What do you think? What's going on in this particular match? The whole time they were whining, clicking on me, I was paying attention to what was going on the 1-2 line. I was also paying attention to what was going on the 5-6 line, and I was paying attention to what was going on the hill. I have 2 heavies over here. I have the Sturv, I have myself. Nothing has poked its noggin over on their 5-6 line. These guys keep going up and over, and yes, they've lost some hit points to Artie, but they have not been shredded. There's nobody over here, folks. And if there is a somebody, they're not poking up very much. I have very good eyes on this section right here if they come up. These guys have good eyes. These guys have crossfire on these dudes. The Leopard just ran off. That is a really good sign that, or maybe it was the STB, one of those 2 just ran off. That is a very good sign that they don't have enough power over here and they feel like they're about to get pushed. And I'm watching the 1-2 line. If they get in trouble, I'm going to probably have to go over there and start to try to help them out. Or if this got stagnated and nothing was going on, I could have come over here and helped them put eyes on. But right now, look at this. This is a very good situation. We are fixing to win the east side. We are fixing to win the east side. And I can tell that by what I've been paying attention to. Meanwhile, they're typing, whining about how somebody's not spotting for them so that they can farm damage on the 1-2 line. So the Leopard goes all the way around. STB actually drowns. That's very good. The 430's there. And for a wonder, this IS-7's been pretty offensive. And if he is looking at the same thing I'm looking at, then good on him, because this was a fantastic move on his part. The E-100, I believe, follows. There he goes. So I'm just looking at this going, there's the RHM. Very nice. Very nice. They're pushing in. And pretty soon here, I'm going to follow these guys up. Because as they go in, they don't get absolutely murderized. The only really big kind of X factor on this would have been if there were a number of those TDs sitting back there. And it turns out there's one, but not that bad. The 430U goes down. The Leopard is seen. He's getting shredded. And we're about to collapse this entire flank. Actually find an Artie over here. Fantastic. Take him down. The Sturv is sitting on that back slope over there. He's now getting shredded. The RHM is coming in here trying to do something, anything, to avoid this collapse. Maybe get some guys lit, but we basically own this side. And if you pay attention to what's going on the 1-2 line, nothing. And that is typical on this map. It really is. There is more maneuver and ability to get around on the hills over here. If you can win the hill over here, then you can come around behind them and start to collapse them. And guess what? The Mouse was there. Now, whether he was there the whole time, I suspect he was, but I think he was hiding. Why? Because there was 2 big Artie. That's something else I knew when I got into the game. With 2 big Artie, people are going to be less interested in poking their noggins over on the 5-6 line. Gaining control of the 5-6 line is huge, even if it's given by default by the enemy team. And now we just basically own these guys. We're coming in from multiple directions. The Mouse is anchoring the defense right now. He's got a lot of hit points and armor. It's going to take a bit to drag him down. And we don't want to allow them to farm us because they're in a decent defensive position, but they have a terrible map position, as in their map control is awful, but their position for defending is very strong up there in the northwest. So I get spotted doing that. Now I figure I probably need to come up and over and get into the bushes, so I'm going to wait till I'm unlit, dive in here, and hope I don't get lit doing it. Great camo on this little tank. This is the Manticore. Critical hit. You've heard Chuck talk, and actually turn the sounds up for the commander right there, so pretty fantastic. I'm just looking for potentially a shot. I think I had one on the back of the turret, so I was kind of screwing up right here. I think I needed to aim for the back of the turret, and that would have given me a green indicator, I think, right there. But he had quite a few angles, so it was a little bit tricky, so I went for the track, try to pin him down and maybe get some assist. There goes some shots in. That gives me 831 assists for dropping that track on that guy. Fantastic. Finally get an angle I can pin. We do that. Little damage caused, little damage on spotting. We just need to take this dude down. Their Batchat 25T dies. I'm going to try to track him again here. Don't quite get it, but I do get a crit. Once that guy's gone, then we can fold in here. Now you'll notice as it is becoming cleanup on aisle 2 time that our friend Raiden, the 907 driver, is moving up. Why? Well, because this is a favorable engagement now, and it's time to farm that damage, baby. Which is the same thing I'm doing, right? Help create a favorable engagement, then push in, be the first one in there, get the spotting, get the damage. 979 damage, 4,810 assist, either by tracking or by spotting. And then here comes Chuck charging in, the stealthy Chuck-a-core. Unfortunately, he gets lit. And you are going to get lit. Those guys are right there in those bushes. We find the type 5 first. He gets thumped. I don't really have a shot there. He's going to get shredded. I'm not even worried about him. So we'll move in this way and see if we can't find these dudes. Get a little light on them. E50's pushing in. Get a little bit more assist. We're up to 5,095. Come in here. We'll finish this guy off. This is always satisfying when you do something like that with the little Manticore.
No one has ever gotten away from me.
Nobody's getting away.
I'll give them another chance.
Oh, he gave him another chance. So here we go. And I didn't mention my pithy comment to the 907 if he was still there. I also forgot to mention when he said GG or whatever, I'm going AFK, some BS like that. And then I didn't notice this until the first replay. Brothers from another mother. Look at this. Maybe I do like this guy a little bit. Oh, actually, that's the 279. Sorry, that is not my friend, the 907. But look at this 279 early with the big grin. Fantastic. Big brother, little big brother. Big brother, little brother. All right, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. And the big win. So 5,824. I think it was actually over 6. There was some hidden spotting or assist in there. And then 1,589 damage with 3 kills on a proc game. Look, his point is valid in that the 1-2 line is a good place scouts can go, but I had a better place. I had a different plan in mind, and we ended up executing it really nicely. That is a great spot up there. So I don't know if he just doesn't know it or he just wanted me to spot for him or what his deal was, but there you go. The further adventures of Chuck and the Whiny 907 and his sidekick, the 268-4. Oh, man. Don't you just love it when someone's all over your case like that and ends up being a fantastic game? To be fair, I think the 907 did a bunch of damage too. I had 7,000 something combined, I think. Yeah, that's about right. 7,000 something combined. He was not far off, if maybe a little bit higher. He had a bunch of damage and assist as well coming down the line once we were able to break that other flank and they felt like they could advance, which is what he ended up doing. And had a good game himself right there. So, you know, the preliminaries of the whining and the bitching and the moaning and the crying could probably be dispensed with. Now, the 5 games where I went there and died and was no use to the entire team, I'm not going to show you. That's all I've got for today, guys. Thanks for tuning in. See ya.